Welcome back to the workbench. Today, while I'm putting the final touches on this latest piece, I need to clear my head a bit. You know, this part of the process, the refining, the polishing, it's all about patience. You can't rush the finish. If you don't spend the time smoothing out the surface, the flaws are just going to show up under the light. And speaking of flaws being exposed under the bright lights, did you guys see what happened at Crypto.com Arena last night? I'm talking about Anthony Davis returning to Los Angeles. The narrative going into this game was set perfectly. It was supposed to be the revenge game, the night the prodigal son returns to show the Lakers that they made a massive mistake trading him for Luka Doncic 10 months ago. But instead of a revenge tour, we witnessed a serious reality check. While I work on smoothing out these details here, let's break down how Luka Doncic and Austin Reaves completely outshined AD's homecoming party in my line of work. It doesn't matter how premium your raw material is. If the final finish isn't right, the piece just looks dull. It lacks value. That's exactly the vibe I got watching the Mavericks last night. They are sitting at a 5-15 record now. That is painful to look at. Anthony Davis, coming off that calf injury, finally stepped back onto the court, and the Lakers crowd gave him a standing ovation, which was classy. He won a ring here, and he deserves that respect. But once the ball tipped and the game actually started, the contrast was shocking. You look at the Lakers right now, and they look like this piece does after a good polish. Brilliant, cohesive, and expensive. They've won 6 in a row. They are undefeated in the NBA Cup. Why? Because the elements mix perfectly. Luka Doncic isn't just scoring. He's refining the entire offense. He had 35 points and 11 assists tonight, making sure every teammate shines in the right light. He creates the environment where everyone else looks better. But here is the real plot twist of the night. Usually, when we talk about this massive trade, the AD for Luka swap, we focus entirely on the heavyweights. But tonight, the brightest spot wasn't the one with the highest price tag. It was Austin Reaves. Hillbilly Kobe went absolutely nuclear. He dropped 38 points, shooting 12 of 15 from the field. Think about that efficiency for a second. In our terms, that's a flawless surface with 0 scratches. There was a sequence where Reaves hit back-to-back threes, and you could just feel the Maverick spirit breaking. It's ironic, really, considering AD and Reaves were close friends. But tonight, Reaves looked like the masterpiece, and AD looked like a piece of work that's still stuck in the rough stage. It proves that the Lakers' current ecosystem allows role players to turn into stars because Luka creates so much space for them to operate. Let's look deeper at Dallas, though, while I continue this work. When you trade a generational creator like Luka for a finisher like AD, you are fundamentally changing the nature of your team. AD is an elite defender, no doubt. We saw him block LeBron tonight. That was a highlight reel moment that reminded us of his quality. But offensively, he looked isolated. He looked like a beautiful component that just hasn't been integrated properly yet. He finished with 12 points and 5 rebounds in a return game. That is simply not going to cut it. It reminds me of when a piece has hidden porosity or scratches. It looks okay from a distance, but up close, the quality just isn't there. Dallas is now 5-15. In the Western Conference, that is a deep hole to dig out of. I often say, you can't just force a shine on something that hasn't been prepped correctly. It feels like Dallas built a roster that looks great on paper. AD, Kyrie, Clay, but simply doesn't function smoothly in reality. So, looking at the result of this game, the Lakers took this one, 129-119. They look polished. They look ready for the showroom. They look like a team ready for a title run. The trade, as of tonight, looks like an absolute heist for Los Angeles. For AD and the Mavs, they are back to the grinding phase. They need to smooth out a lot of rough edges before they look anything like a contender. I'm going to finish up this work now. The piece is looking good, and so were the Lakers tonight. Let me know in the comments, do you think Dallas regrets the trade yet, or does AD just need more time to get his shine back? If you enjoyed this little chat while I worked, hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next one.